Hello everyone, my name is JMD. I am here today to discuss a few things about myself and my organizations and what I plan to do in the future. So I am currently 26 years old. I was born with cerebral palsy, so I use a wheelchair. But I never let that slow me down any bit. At the age of 11, I started reading a lot of programming books. Even though my comprehension level was very low, I continued to strive towards the future because I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it, and as well as I loved video games so much I wanted to learn how they were produced. So in that sense, it allowed me to understand the fact that video games are just a sequences of animations and sound all put together, but also allows the player or the user the ability to control certain sequences. So, where I came into play in this whole field was at the age of 11 when my parents gave me programming books for Christmas, but were very concerned when I first asked them for these books because my comprehension level was so low that they didn't think I could understand or even comprehend or even produce anything out of these books. So I continued, I struggled day in and day out, but I never gave up because of my love for the industry itself. I continued to improve my skills over the years, learning C++ and C Sharp, understand how my brain operates compared to other people. I'm an auditory and visuatory learner, and it took me a while to understand this. So as years progressed, in high school, my school started noticing my skills in computers and in technology because of what I was, showcasing in class or even building outside of the school. They provided me funding beyond that point so that I could produce robotics for the school and competitions. They also provided me a scholarship in technology through the high school HighTech program. We also went to a lot of competitions where we did a lot of robotics. We did a lot of competitions on scenarios with these robots. Throughout these events, we were winning a lot of prizes and recognition, especially when it came to programming. Well, this is where I came into play, and a lot of people started noticing me and how I was programming the robots. And one of these people that were noticing was the Space Center. So they invited me into an internship program through high school HighTech to allow me to, start programming for them, being a junior server technician / programmer. Also gave me a lot of insight on how corporations operate and as well as how government operates through these organizations. I worked for JBosch. It's a third-party contractor at the Base Operations Building, or the BOB. We produced a lot of applications and software for the NASA organization to use throughout the Space Center. Now, I can't go into any more information on that. If you guys want, you can feel free to email me or feel free to contact me in any way. But that's kind of classified information. So I'm going to move on to when I talked to my fellow classmate Chris and his ideas towards his organizations and where he came from. He received his bachelor's degree in audio production and currently lives in New York. He wants to build an application platform that allows people to connect with one another, not only through Facebook, but through more like events, and allow them to also connect with organizations and corporations to provide possibly discounted tickets, maybe free food, maybe anything of that sort. Also, it allows them to quickly shout out to their friends, hey, I'm over here in this location, come check it out, it's pretty cool. Because a lot of these organizations, especially these small events, don't have the time or the manpower or even the effort to organize an online event. Well, this is where his application comes into play. He can provide that bridging of the gap between these organizations, and also the bridging of the gap between people and their friends. The one thing I suggested to him was security issues, because you have a lot of unsatisfied individuals, especially those individuals that like to harm others. So in that sense, I told him that he should really look into security issues and figure out all of that in the background, so that most of these events are regulated, and that the people using this application have some sense of stability when it comes to security. So one of these ideas I mentioned to him was using a bridging method in his application with their contacts, like their most used contacts would be available in the application, so they quickly call somebody to make sure that they're okay, or even if they push a button on their phone to activate an emergency beacon, which could then call 911 automatically and give them their location. Since the whole ordeal with people disappearing in the middle of the night, and the law enforcement's not able to locate them through their cell phone, because it's not only not a capable technology, but they're just not allowed legally. So if he builds this in his application, there shouldn't be an issue, because the people that download this application will also have sign an agreement saying that they can use that part of their phone, and that they agreed to using this GPS function to help them stay secure. So as we talked about through our discussions, he asked me about my plans for my corporations and where I'm headed. And with Xenon, I want to do a multitude of things. I want to bridge the gap of many industries, as well as provide a platform that allow smaller corporations or even individuals to showcase their products. Basically build really fancy prototypes, virtual prototypes, because a lot of people have good ideas, but they don't know how to present them. So my company will provide tools such as various rendering capabilities, things I've designed in the past over the years that I'm ready to release to the public very soon, that you will see start bridging these gaps in these areas. We also allow products being produced to allow individuals to experience a new type of entertainment. I am currently working with Derek and other organizations building a new type of platform which allows anybody to come experience this. It's basically virtual reality and steroids, and allows them to have fun with their friends. I'm currently working with several organizations producing a new type of platform to allow people to experience a new level of immersion for video gaming. This immersion would take the whole spectrum of gaming to a whole different level of enjoyment, allowing families to get together. Now, the barriers and challenges I have with my own organization are the fact that our company is small. The technology we have currently available to us is vast, but we don't have the means to market it as of yet. So we are coming up with different scenarios on marketing these campaigns for this technology. On top of all this, I work with very creative individuals, such as myself and others, and we want to provide a new sense of enlightenment, not only for video game development, but for the film industry and beyond. We want to provide a set of tools not only just for video gaming, but for the film industry, the comic book industry, illustration industry, prototyping industry. Basically taking your prototypes and allowing you to get them 3D printed, or even just showcasing them to different individuals. The things we discussed as far as me and Chris goes with my company is my ability to present myself and present my organization. So as you can see, me and Chris, we talked about many different things. Talked about how my organization is going to bridge the gaps. Talked about my weaknesses of speaking in front of the camera, which I'm currently working on, and it's not very easy for me. So I hope I'm doing better than previous times. So as time progresses, you will see me, and hopefully I can get my ideas clearly across and allow you to understand my own perspective of the future for my organization. So with that, I want to say thank you to everybody. I want to say thank you for your time, and hope that everybody clearly understands what I'm saying. Have a good night, everyone.